What is up, everybody? I'm not gonna start this off sounding super cheery, peppy, because it's not. This is not a video I'm excited to make. I mean, this is a slap in the face to an entire community of people that provide your company money. And you're looking at the 767. If you've bought this aircraft, you probably know what I'm talking about. If not, and you know who made this, you probably can guess why. Now, here's the thing. I'm I feel kind of responsible, and I wanted to make this video because, um, I made a video. I talked about the 767, and I liked it. I did not think it was worth the price, but I liked it. I thought it was a great looking model. It had great functionality, and I was buying it because I was expecting the modders to make it great. Now, uh, I'm mad, boys and girls. I am so angry. Now, you're looking at this, you're like, hey, you have a livery on. Yes, I do. And I'll tell you, this is a free livery. And let's take a look at this. It looks good. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's a great looking livery. Maybe a weird little thing there. No biggie. I wouldn't care about that, to be honest. Overall, it looks good, doesn't it? And I paid $0 for it. But here's the thing. That's not what Captain Sim wants. Or at least, let me say this. That's not what they allegedly want. And this is not to tell you to, not buy their products, not defaming them. I'm just going to discuss my personal thoughts about this and something to keep in mind. So, let's go back. I bought this aircraft. I made that video. And one thing I didn't really look into was liveries. Because at the time, I naively was like, liveries will come. I just wanted to get in and look at the aircraft. But I figured, hey, they'll come. I don't expect Captain Sim to make liveries. Fine with me. People, the community will come up, make them. But when I went to launch the Ace, and this is about 5 minutes after making that video, it came up with an uninstall button and a check for updates button. I was like, that's strange, because normally that's where you go to install liveries that have been, like, you've downloaded from other sites, or liveries that Captain Sim has made. Now, I was like, okay, maybe they just didn't add it. I get it. Microsoft Flight Sim devs they're kind of starting to push out the bare minimum at launch and add more features. And this isn't Captain Sim alone. PMDG doesn't even have the electronic flight bag, something we expect to have. Well, I just didn't think much of it. I was like, another dev probably pushing stuff back. It is what it is. Well, I like to check forums and just see what's going on. It's an easy way to keep up with everything going on in the community. And I saw this number. Now, it's asking the question that we want to know. Where's the paint kit? I want to know that. I think y'all do if you bought it. Where's the paint kit? And they hit us with this number. Now, the repaint kit does not exist, unfortunately. And this is what pisses me off. Unfortunately. Now, hold that thought for a second. The repaint kit does not exist. Okay? Then how'd you get this? They offer a livery pack. But they also offer a second livery pack. And does not exist. How did you make this? How do you make these liveries if you don't have a paint kit? So obviously, it has to exist. Just the thing you don't have one that you want to release to the public. Now, I don't know what Captain Sim's doing, and this is just my outside looking in. This is the first time we've had livery packs that I know of. And they might have in the past. This is the first time I've seen recently that have it. So these retail for $9.99, but they're on sale for $4.99. So you're paying $1 a livery. That is a good price. And to be honest, I I I mean, I was going to purchase one. I was like, okay, it's great knowing that these are going to be really good liveries. Captain Sim is good with their textures, and I was like, $1 a livery. That's not bad. I'm willing to pay money to get high quality liveries because it's usually worth it. I spent money back in FSX on a 57 livery that was the United Her art. If you don't know, that's a super intricate livery. Like I'll have a picture thrown up, and it's like it was worth the $10 I paid for it because nobody in the modding community had made it. It wasn't that it was all I had. It was because nobody made it and I wanted it. Now, granted, you could say the same thing. I could fly around in the stock Captain Sim livery, but nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to look out and see that. It's the same thing. Nobody wants to see the PMDG livery. It's a good livery. It's classy. Like, it's nice, but I don't want to fly around in it, especially when we have almost every major airline operator of the aircraft as an option. I'd rather take that, or I'd rather make my own. And that's what's great. You pay money for it, and you can make your own. Which brings me to my point. This is just, it appears to be a cash grab. Like, you're limiting your customer base because you want to make a buck. And that's not, like, and if that's true, that's not good business. If you're having to resort to forcing your customers to pay more money after buying something, then obviously you're probably not confident in your product. Now, wait, let's go down here. Now this guy, CFG repaints, guessing by his name, he probably does a lot of repaints. He was like, hey, just use the pre-3D one. Obviously not telling that to Captain Sim, just telling it to everybody. And I imagine people were quick to start downloading it. But, look at that response time first off. That was borderline instant. They said they're not true 8K, so they provide 4 times better details and changes improvements. Fair enough. And if that is true, then that's awesome. Great. I'll pay for that. If you're doing all this work to provide this like super detailed livery, then that's great. Have faith that customers will pay for it. But like this guy is the same thing as me, and I feel like it's most of us. I don't need 4 times more details. I'm fine with just a good looking livery. And like apparently, and this is the thing, I own the like old P3D Captain for 767, and I can't find the repaint kit anywhere. So it's leading me to believe that they might have removed it too to keep people from using that. Now, let's go down. So yeah, now this right here. If this is true, and I have no way of verifying if they removed it before or after the release of this, that's insane, and that is a slap in the face. We've already had this issue with I think it was the 777s with Captain Sim. Like, guys, you are not making yourself look good if this is the case. And this guy very disrespectful to customers. Exactly. It's just like, I bought this because I had hope. It looked good. Now, granted, I knew I was going to review it on YouTube, and I want to share it with people so people can make informed decisions. Because I just bought it blindly. There's that. But I'm to the point that they could release a PMDG Phoenix quality aircraft. They could release every single Boeing aircraft at study level perfectly for $20. I wouldn't buy it at this point. And that's just because, you know, what's going to get removed? Like, it's just, it's wrong. It's disrespectful. And it's just, to be honest, kind of sad. Now, this is what really pissed me off, and this is the reason I made a video. This meme, the fact that they said, like, they took this meme and thought that this was okay. Wait. Hey, look, those cupcakes, or hey, those cupcakes are delicious. They are. Are they free? No. The internet flipping over the table. Now, that's parts of the internet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not asking for you to give us free liveries. I'm asking for something that is included in any aircraft I've ever bought. If you want if you're like, hey, look, we don't have the guys that can make the textures anymore. I'm not gonna hate on you. If you don't have the manpower to do it, you don't have the manpower. But like, what's the deal? Like, don't try and make me the bad guy for just wanting something that's considered a bare minimum. And then, this is the other thing. They link you to the EULA, whatever the heck this is. And do you see this in my cart? Don't be mistaken. I'm not purchasing the other livery pack. I purchased the first one, and we'll get to that in a minute or two. But it's like, we all signed a EULA. We all agreed to it. Nobody ever cares about it. It's just saying that they pretty much reserve the right to do a lot of things. Most companies don't do it because it's bad for business. If they start revoking licenses to games for like uploading mods, they're going to have problems. GTA 5 and Rockstar aren't doing much to the modding community of GTA 5 because guess what? It keeps their game alive. People have bought the game for that. But it's like threatening to allegedly what to me, and I'm trying to word around this because I don't want this to come off as I don't want them to try and get me with a defamation or anything. But like, if they're trying to just insinuate, which is how I'm taking it, that like, hey, we're watching. If we find out you're doing this, we're gonna start taking away, banning you, I guess, from your from Captain Sim, so you can't download stuff. That's not cool. And this, please read before you start painting to avoid future disappointment. That's just scummy, man. That's so scummy. It's just, I am pissed off. And so let's look at this. So here is our beautiful free. This is something I downloaded, and I'm not going to name the website, even though it's a very large website that most flight simmers have gone to. This looks good, doesn't it? Now I'll be back in a second. We'll take a look at the Captain Sim one. Okay, here we are. I mean, don't get me wrong. This looks good. It looks better. Like, hands down, this is a good looking texture. I won't disagree. This honestly might even be worth, if you're looking at it from the point of view of, I would pay $1 for this texture because this is a good looking texture. But it's, it's just as good as the other, like the other one's just as good as this in terms of what I care about. And that is a tail with the United Globe, the United livery, the big United things, and winglets. It's like, I mean, that's the thing. I shouldn't have been forced to have to spend more money on top of something that I already viewed as overpriced just so I can use it in a way that would be common sense. And so I'm just baffled by this. I'm baffled by who thought that forcing us to buy liveries just so we can use something besides the basic Captain Sim livery was a good idea and thought that this wouldn't blow up in their face. And I mean, they're getting ready to release a 777 add-on that's going to have the different engines, and I don't know for sure, but I guarantee you it's just gonna be cosmetics. There's not gonna be any different sounds. I'm just like, what are you releasing? Why are you releasing? Because you obviously don't have a passion for this with the way this is looking. So if it's just for money, that's fine. But don't be dicks about it, especially the community. Posting memes is unprofessional. And here's the thing, I don't think I'm ever gonna buy a Captain Sim thing again. I don't I mean, I don't care anymore about the company. I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's not worth it. Like I don't care. I have this. I'm gonna fly it because guess what? I spent the money. If I could refund this, I would refund in a heartbeat just out of pure principle. So that's what it is, guys. I hope this is talked about more. This whole trend we're seeing with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, where we're seeing a lot of low quality assets being sold for retail price of study level assets, just because that's the only thing we have right now. It's not acceptable, and it doesn't need to go on. This needs to stop, because if we allow stuff like this to keep happening, it's just gonna get worse. We need to really just start holding devs accountable. And I'm not saying, like, if you're fine with this, buy it. Like, please. I'm not telling you that you can't buy it or buying this makes you a bad person. If you truly at the end of the day feel this is worth your money and you're fine with this, that's okay. But if you don't, then we need to, like, we just need to start making noise. We need to hold devs accountable. We need to talk about this more. Like, we don't need to let this blow over. We need to say, hey, where is this paint kit? Why is this acceptable? So until next time, y'all have a good one. Goodbye.